Hi, so today we are going to talk about this problem which is contains duplicate from Leetcode and the number is 217. So if you also want to search according to the name of or number, you can search on Google. So actually it is a simple problem. So here it goes. I'm reading this statement. Given an integer array nums, return true if any value appears at least twice in the array and return false if every element is distinct. So what we have to do, we have to check if any element is repeated in the given array, which is nums. Okay. So in this example one, here one is repeated. So we have to return true. And in the next example here, uh, every element is distinct. Not no element is repeated here. So we are returning false. Okay. And also we can see the third example here. We can see one is repeated and we do not have to care like how many times it has repeated, and here also we can see two is repeated, so we are returning or we are giving output as true. Okay, so let me start and try coding this. So also let me tell you a simple approach. Like there can be a brute force approach, like we can manually check for every element, like if it is present once or twice. So I think the time complexity would be like n square or so. But in this for this particular problem, I will be using a two pointer technique, or you can also say the sliding window technique. Okay, so first we will sort the array, and also let me store this into another array, or we can say use the same array. Let me store in another array. So here the array is sorted. We can also see in the console, but it is of no use. It is a simple sort function from the JavaScript. Okay. So after that, we will take 2 points equals to 1. Why we are taking P as 0 and Q as 1? Because the indexes starts from 0. Okay. So at starting the Q, the P will point to this element, this particular element or this particular index, and Q will point to this this particular element or index. So it is 0 and 1. Okay. And we can use a condition inside a while loop, while Q is less than. So we will move both the, let me also show you in the docs. Let me use the same example. Example array will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, comma 2. Let me increase the space. Example array is 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 1. Okay. So it is after sorting, it will be, our example array will become 1, because the shortest element will come first after sorting now. So after 1 there will, we will write 1, and after that 2 and 3. So our array becomes this after sorting, and we are taking two elements, sorry, 2 points such as P and Q. And don't worry about small and caps, it is taking automatically. Let me give some spaces so it is easier to understand. So here it is P, which is equals 0. And let me give some space. Okay. And Q is equals to 1 at starting. So we will check if the elements at the index P and Q are similar, then we have to stop searching for the entire array and just return true. Okay. So should I write this pseudocode here, or let me just write on the this thing. If array of P equals array of Q. Let me also use a flag variable. So initially flag is false, means we don't know if the all the elements are unique or not. Okay. So for this question, we have to check if any element is repeated. So we have to return true. We don't know if any element is repeated or not. So we are taking default as false. So here, if array of P is equals array of Q. Okay. So we just have to put flag as true and break the loop. Or we can directly return from here also. We don't need to break. But for ease of understanding, I am return flag. Okay. And also, if this is not the case, then what we have to do? We have to shift P at one step and Q one step. So both the things are like sliding. P goes to 1 and Q goes to 2. In the next step, let me also show you if this is not the case. If P and Q are not equal, then we have to do this. Then P becomes 1 and Q becomes 2. Okay. And for the next iteration or the next step, we will check if P and Q are equal or not. If the indexes, if the element at this indexes P and Q are equal or not. Okay. So yeah, else. And we can try running the example test cases, and let's see what happens. So here, as we can see, these three cases have been accepted. Case number one, which is one is repeated, so it is returning true from this condition. And case number two, here every element is distinct, so it is returning false by default because it is not going into this if condition, and the loop is ending. And let me also tell you why we are taking Q less than array dot length, because we have to terminate this loop as soon as Q approaches this point. Q approaches equals to 3. Then the length of the array is 4. If it is less than 4, then we have to terminate after this step. Okay. P will be 2 and Q will be 3. Then we have to terminate the while loop. So these three, let me also talk about the third test case. So it is returning true since one is repeated twice. So it's going into the if condition and the flag becomes true and we have to break and return the flag. Okay. Let me also try and submit and see if all the test cases are passing or not. This saying as accepted. So thanks for being with me for these 5-10 minutes, and I hope this problem is pretty much clear. If you have any doubts or problems, then you can ask and comment. Thanks.